Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. The Hawks under coach Mike Budenholzer became such a model of offensive efficiency last season. What about Budenholzer's system, Kenny, works so well?
Well, the funny thing about it, I ran into Budenholzer last night at a restaurant, and we were talking about that. The pick and roll that they use just has 2 or 3 different variations. That's why it's really successful. It's hard to scout and hard to defend that guy. And thanks for dinner, Coach.
Yeah, what did he have? What did you have, and what did he have?
Well, after he said he was paying for dinner, I put a couple extra things on my plate.
And what were those?
A couple of desserts.
And
I don't believe this guy. Anyway, Mike Budenholzer, the son of Greg Popovich, he's a great coach. Not only do they have plays, they have counter plays for everything that a defense might throw, and he's just getting it done. Hopefully they can go a little further this year.
Did you and Coach Bud go to the drive-thru, or did you walk inside?
No, we did not go through a drive-through. And shout out to assistant coach Darvin Ham as well.
Let's send it down to Kevin Harlan
Name
as
dropper.
we get set for tip-off.
Such a name dropper.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
We've got an electric crowd here in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. We'll see Atlanta and the Los Angeles Clippers. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. So the Clippers win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Hawks, Teague and Korver are the guards. Horford is out there with Splitter, and it's Millsap in at the 3 spot. Now here's Paul. Now the feed to Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Millsap grabs the miss. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season. Yet quite a year for him in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. And he lays it straight in.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
You know, for Paul, you talk about the lack of talk about him last year. Very quietly came close to the 50-40-90 club.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Splitter. He feeds it to Horford. Griffin with the steal. And it's Paul penetrating 11 feet away. No luck. Clippers on defense. Korver kicks to Horford. 14 feet away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Horford's got his first 2 points.
The 50-40-90 club, something only elite scorers reach. And Paul came close while playing point guard. He might not get the hype he used to, but CP3 is very much still one of the best in our league.
Pierce's shot is good.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
Here's Atlanta. And there's a minute 45 left here in the opening quarter. Horford with the screen on Paul. Teague dishes to Horford, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Lance Stevenson comes in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Both shots good from the stripe.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
Now here is Horford. He'll set up a screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Paul passes to Aldridge. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Picked by Griffin. It's Crawford with the drive, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Hawks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Hardaway kicks to Horford. Picked by Horford. Here's Schröder. And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stevenson outside. Over to the wing. Just 4 to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Aldrich. Both good from the line that time. Now Schröder, picked by Horford. Floats one up, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Schröder hits them both. Crawford. No good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hawks ahead. They're up by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Smith, and it's Pierce in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Bazemore. The shot is off. Nice D from Crawford. Clippers trail by 4. And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles. He knows where he's supposed to be. He gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
And it's the Clippers with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. Crawford's shot is good. Teague with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Splitter dishes to Teague. Here's the floater. Paul with the defensive effort. The Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's the pass to Smith. Knocks it loose. And here is Teague. Here's Bazemore. Good work defensively by Paul.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
There's the dish to Pierce. Crawford, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Crawford's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, that's his territory out there in the corner. I mean, when he works himself into that spot, he's usually right on target.
Horford sets a screen for Teague. 1:41 left to play in the first half. Horford gets the bucket. The Hawks offense was a thing of beauty at times to watch last year. They really came together. They epitomized that term team so well.
You hit it right on the head. I mean, they knew how to find the open man. The ball always ended up in the right spot, and so many of their shots came from assists, second in the league in that category.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, I tell you what, the Hawks were terrific in so many different ways last year offensively. They led the league in catch and shoot points per game. And when you watch video, that's what stands out.
Platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap is checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Kyle Korver. Hardaway's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schröder subbed in for Jeff Teague. .130 left now here in the second. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Aldridge.
Hawks also led the league in catch and shoot threes per game last season. They have a roster of guys that can knock it down with space and really made the most of it.
Now here's Schröder. Millsap a screen. Schröder kicks to Millsap. Good on the three-point shot. Millsap's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Redick with it. He's guarded by Schröder. 5 to shoot. Redick inside the line. Offensive rebound. Johnson the screen. Takes the 3. The shot by Redick, no good.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Splitter. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Redick dishes to Griffin. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Hawks lead by 4. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we get into the second half, what do you expect to see from this offense you're facing tonight?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Jamal Crawford really making a difference here.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
On the court right now for the Hawks, Teague and Korver are the guards. Horford is out there with Paul Millsap, and it's Splitter in at the 5, home in the paint.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners, none more impressive than his jumper over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for a good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run, has nothing left to prove in the NBA, and I would say of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Now Splitter, following the three-point attempt by Pierce. That's good. Splitter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks. Clippers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Atlanta. Atlanta on D. Paul outside. Here's Griffin. Millsap grabs the miss.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
And the Clippers making a change here. Smith has checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Now here's Paul, and he gets the bucket. Paul's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's his style right now. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
Teague against Paul. Picked by Horford. Teague the pass to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 3 assists tonight.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
The Hawks leading by 7. 1:32 left to play in the third. Korver attacking. Baseline J on the way. The Clippers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Paul, no one around him. And that one's good. Griffin.
What a sweet assist by CP3.
Hawks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
So, for the Clippers, Aldridge comes in for Jordan, and Lance Stevenson subbed in for Smith. Atlanta also making some changes here. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Korver. Hardaway comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schröder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Now here is Sefolosha. 59 seconds left to play in the third. Millsap a screen. Schröder kicks to Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. And it's Schröder missing. 2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Unloads from 9. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got his third rebound tonight. Schröder with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. In the corner, Hardaway with it. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Back to Paul. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Paul Millsap picks one up. The Clippers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Good on the second free throw. Schröder, no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hawks ahead, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Clippers trail by 4. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Redick with the bucket.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Now here's Korver, and he gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 4.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
The Clippers shooting in this game 45%. Deflects the pass. Millsap with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. Unlike San Antonio, Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
Atlanta making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Now here's Paul to the paint, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Here's Teague. This is the splitter. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
Now here's Griffin. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
Los Angeles calls timeout. quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Paul passes to Griffin. The putback, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Poked away. Paul with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 1 and the bucket from Pierce.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're leading by 1. 1:52 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Teague. Goes up off the inbound. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 3. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:48 left in the game. Here's Griffin. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And it's 7 points for Blake Griffin.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
Atlanta calls timeout. They're in front by 1. 1:43 left to play in the final quarter. .143 left in the fourth quarter. Millsap kicks to Corver. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Teague. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
No problem for him there. You just know what the result's going to be when he steps to the line in a tight game like this.
And the Clippers call time here. They're losing by 3. 1:33 left in the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Griffin. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Kept alive. Splitter. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Outside Griffin. Ball right side. Clock at 6. Shot is no good. Great D that time from T. Korver kicks to T. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Nails it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
How sweet was that? Honey sweet. Paul with great form.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Clippers, Jeff Teague at the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 7. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts if late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Now here is Hardaway. The pass to Schröder. And so the Hawks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Al, Coach mentioned he wanted to be prepared to come into this building and do whatever was necessary to win. Do you feel like the team played with that level of intensity?
Yeah, no question. I like the energy from our team from the beginning. To be able to come in here and get a win like this, it feels good.
Tough place. Well done on the win. We appreciate it, Al. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.